Hey there, it's me again, Mio Hiroshi, and today I bring you some more Heroes of the Storm. Had a little trip away from Heroes of the Storm lately, played a bit more Diablo 3. Um, Made a movie there as well, but today is going to be Heroes of the Storm, and specifically an Arthas guide, also known as the Lich King. He is a melee warrior, and I really enjoy his playstyle. Just form a big tank line in front with Arthas and just protect your carries, protect your specialists and supports. It's really nice hero that can soak up a lot of damage. That's why he's mostly picked as well in competitive play. He actually deals a substantial amount of damage and on top soaks a lot of damage from the enemies up. So let's get into the heroic information, and then we can see exactly why he is so popular and why he is so strong. His first ability is Dead Coil, and Dead Coil has a double usage. First of all, you can point and click it at a target, and then it will deal damage to the target. And second ability, the second usage you can have for this ability is to point and click it at yourself, and then it heals you. So that's really really cool ability that has a double function. His second ability is Howling Blast. You throw out a freezing frozen cone, and it roots in a little area where you aimed it is a skill shot. So whoever is stuck in that the end of your cone is rooted and takes damage. He gets a huge ganking power because of this Howling Blast. If you hit that root and your teammates can follow up with damage, then it's just really strong for ganking. Then his third ability is Frozen Tempest, and Frozen Tempest is an activation skill. When you activate it, you get an area around you, a circle, that will slow and damage nearby enemies. And while this area is active, this ability is active, you drain slowly mana. So don't always keep this skill on. Just keep it on in situations where you're ganking, for example, to after your root slow the opponent, or when you're basically in the front line, having this huge area around you. Enemies try to get to your back line and you just slow them. They have to get through you and you slow them with this activate ability. Then his passive is Frostmourne Hungers, and when you activate this passive, your next basic attack will deal extra damage, but it will also restore mana on hit. So you can basically combine the Frozen Tempest, the mana drain, with the Frostmourne Hunger to cancel each other out. So when you use Frostmourne Hungers, you gain mana, and then you can use a bit of Frozen Tempest again, and then you can use Frostmourne Hunger again. It cancels each other out. The nice thing about Frostmourne Hungers is that it can also cancel your auto attack animation. So this means that you can auto attack, Frostmourne Hungers auto attack in just a split second. You can get in a triple auto attack damage in a split second. And like I said, together with the Howling Blast, gank power, and with that call that you can cast on a target, you have a lot of damage hidden in this in these abilities of this hero. His heroic abilities are Summon Syndragosa and Army of the Dead. I do not want to say too much about Summon Syndragosa, besides that it is really not a good heroic. Always use Army of the Dead, because your job is to soak up damage, and that's exactly what Army of the Dead does. You summon ghouls that can be sacrificed to heal you. These ghouls, they just stand around you and they just can eat all the skill shots of the enemies that they are throwing at you. They just stand in front of you and just eat the skill shots. They eat the AoE damage, and you can just sacrifice them to heal yourself if you take damage. So it's just an amazing heroic ability to soak up damage for your team. Summon Syndragosa on the other side. All it does is just it summons a dragon, it flies over, deals damage, and it freezes minions and disables structures. It's just a 2-second skill that is immediately then afterwards is gone. The Army of the Dead, they actually stay for, I think it's 20 seconds, I believe, the goals at first, and then at level 20 you can even last them longer, I believe 30 seconds then. So they have a lot more power than the Summons in Ragosa, especially in prolonged team fights. Then the talents. At level 1 you have a few good heroic abilities, but the most used one is Frozen Waste, and this is because it increases the size of the Frozen Tempest, and that basically means that the enemies even have a larger area that they have to get through before they can get to your back line. So especially in maps with small corridors, and basically every map has small corridors around the objectives, you just are in the way with this. You deal damage, you slow the enemies, and it's just amazing for protecting your carries, so they can deal the max DPS over time. If you are more focused on ganking a lot, then Howling Blast cooldown lowered by 2 seconds is also very strong, and block is of course always a decent level 1 passive to soak up damage. At level 4 most people take Envenom on Arthas, because with Envenom and the abilities that I talked about a bit earlier, Arthas is an amazing ganker. He can throw out a root, then does a triple attack and a death coil for damage, plus Envenom on top. If you get help from your teammates, no one survives, no one does. Especially if you have another hero that gets at level 4 Envenom, and that goes in your gank squad together. You just pop a double Envenom on an opponent and he will just not survive. He just won't. He's always dead at level 4 or 5. Then at level 7 most people take Ruin Tap, and this is because of the triple attack combo that Arthas can do, and that immediately heals you then also for 4% of your maximum health. So every time you do a third basic attack, you heal 4% of your maximum health, and that is really amazing also for staying in lane. You just cannot really get bullied out of the lane because you heal yourself with Death Coil and Ruin Tap, plus you just gain mana all the time back with your passive Frostmourne Hungers. And last but not least, you can always go back to a healing shrine. So you just have inbuilt and life regeneration and mana regeneration, and on top, outside of your build, you can just click a healing shrine to stay forever in lane if you want to. Of course, don't forever stay in lane. Only up till level 10 you have to soak up XP, and then you go for your heroic ability. Army of the Dead, as I spoke about earlier, for 15 seconds it is actually, I thought it was 20 but it's 15 it says here. You summon ghouls, and every time you sacrifice a ghoul you heal yourself. So these ghouls are controlled by the AI. They just run up to the first target that's nearby, and basically it's just really annoying because they soak up all the skill shots the enemies are trying to throw at you or your teammates. And they actually deal a little bit of damage as well. It's a really good heroic ability. Then at level 13, if the enemy team has a lot of disables, then you want Relentless. You want to be in the front and you want to be annoying with your AoE slow, with your root, with your burst damage that you have. And you cannot do anything when you just get CC to death, when you get stunned or rooted or whatever to death. So you need Relentless when you're against disables, like polymorph, stuns, roots, you name it. If the enemy does not have that, then any other talent here is very viable. Trail of Frost is super annoying because you don't only root then at the end of your skill shot, but you root the entire way of your skill shot that the Howling Blast travels. So that's really annoying. Spell Shield is of course the more tanky option, that you can soak in some ability damage. And biting cold is also pretty nice because you increase the damage. The downside is though that you also increase the cost of Frozen Tempest. At level 16 you have two really good options. Immortal Coil for throwing out that coil for damage, but healing you nonetheless. It will always heal you then, even though you throw it at an enemy. Or it actually increases also your self heal on top. So normal dead coil would heal you, yeah, pretty nice, but this one it just is 50% on top extra heal. So if you just want to be straight up more tanky, then yeah, Stone Skin is the way to go. Stone Skin does a lot more than the Immortal Coil heal. This is a little bit more offensive option you can choose. So also for the Frostmourne feats, then you can actually do a double combo with the Frostmourne passive after each other. So yeah, that's also really nice for damage. But Immortal Coil, in my opinion, is for, then you have the both options. Frostmourne feats is just pure offensive, and Stone Skin is pure defensive. So you have options. At level 20 you used to have Resurgence of the Storm, but Blizzard luckily removed it. It was really a broken talent, and I'm happy they did. Really good choice of Blizzard. So now we don't have that much options left. If we go for the Army of the Dead, we have to take basically Legion of Northrend. Fury of the Storm, I'm just not sold by it. I just don't think it's a good talent. You cannot take the Syndragosa upgrade because you don't have Syndragosa chosen at level 10. So you have to go for Legion of the Northrend. Legion of the Northrend makes your amount of goals bigger, so you can soak up even more damage. You deal also a bit more damage because the goals deal more damage over time because you have more of them. And they last longer, so instead of 15 seconds they last around 22 seconds. And especially in prolonged team fights, that is very, very strong, because it gives you more time to sacrifice more goals and to heal yourself more. So basically at level 20 take this one, the Legion of the Northrend. Okay, then I want to play a quick match. I'm just gonna sign in, and then when the game starts I'll just commentate a bit during the game, so showing you my thought process and why I take certain abilities, why I move here, why I do this. So yeah, thanks for watching already, and have fun watching the match. Okay, there we go. I have in my team a Jaina, a Troll, a Sakara, and a Fella. So we do not have any supports. We do have me as a tank. We do have one specialist and 3 assassins, yeah, because Jaina is an assassin, I believe. But we do not have any heals. So it is the Haunted Mines. So double lane map. Each lane will have a golem pushing, and the golem gets stronger when you gather more skulls in the mines. The mines open once in a while, so really strong heroes on this map are heroes that can take the skulls on their own. There we go. Level 1 I take Frozen Waves to increase my radius of Frozen Tempest. I'm gonna move to top because that's where our golem is. Enemy also has an Arthas. They have a Lily, Taika, Zeratul and Diablo. So they have a really nice setup compared to us. They have a double tank, they have double assassins and a support. That's really nicely balanced.
In 10 seconds.
If the team fights are prolonged, they will win, because Lily will heal them. And unless we can burst certain people down immediately, then they will just stay in the fight and deal their damage, and we do not have any sustain. So besides our own self heal and Thrall. So yeah. Okay, everyone is in bottom, but like I said, we really need to go top. We need to push that lane as hard as possible. trolls understanding that. The others are not. Yeah, you're not gonna win that Arthas. He already used his health shrine, and now especially with Jaina also coming top. If I land my bind, my root, it should be a kill. Finally. Kara died. I did not know that wolf that troll shoots can go through the gate.
The mines will open shortly, heroes. Soon the undead will awaken.
Flame on. There is the turtle. Because we just bursted him down there. That means he has to go base as Zeratul, unless he can click the shrine, of course. What you always want to do is go immediately to the middle, because here are the most skulls together. Yeah, the dangerous part is that enemies are also. Luckily, like I said, I think Zeratul had to go base, so. Oh, there he is. We have 48, so it will be max 52 against 48, so it's okay. Finally. It's even then. Over to Kara, but yeah, my team is already dying. I should have not tried to contest that.
All shall suffer.
There's no point going. It's better just. Jaina also died. It's best to just survive, take XP, take the mirror camps.
Break free and destroy your enemies!
This world will end.
See if we can take this down. Everything we kill now is basically helping our golem, so now level ahead also because we took down the gate. Well, Arthas is moving forward, but
Your efforts are futile.
what is he all about? took already her down because we got a gate and everything down. The best thing Zagara could have done was just defend, because Zagara was really good at defending. Instead she chose to go off and eventually die.
This world will end.
Now it's time for us to capture the mid camp, but I do have the feeling the enemy is there. Oh, there's a Zeratul behind me.
Choose attack.
Awaits.
Killing spree.
Can't save her. Try to. Now. Nothing like over the wall. It was kind of risky for me to go back in, but this is like the battle of the giants.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
So yeah,
Finally.
she got away. Luckily, Arthas didn't pursue. But the enemy is still pushing bottom. Actually, and of course, there's nothing between them and the fort. We should focus on its. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, they're gonna nerf that, luckily. I do it a lot myself as well as Zeratul. But they're gonna nerf that. That's not gonna be there anymore in the next patch. They already announced it. With my ult. Where's the focus really down? It's basically enemies are in the mines, so they are taking spells right now, which is bad for us. They have a lead now.
Choose a talent.
They do have disables, so I'm gonna take Relentless. Diablo resurrected immediately. Okay, so now we can easily take it solo. Now we shouldn't have enough spells anymore. Stacks for his passive, Diablo. Should be careful a bit.
Rise again, my golems, and unleash your boundless anger.
The troll's still going on about Zagara's passive, that she's not using it.
Awaits.
She does have here. No, she doesn't actually. Okay. He kinda has a point. Hopefully Zagara does go defend this time. No, it's up to Jaina and Vela. So that means that we cannot really push that much either because of it. Because we're not there with full force. The enemies will defend with full force, so
Golems return. Yours
it's vulnerable right now.
The enemy has destroyed a fort.
All shall suffer.
I'm gonna go take this vision until Vela and Jaina are there. But the golem is dying really fast. We got Arthas as well.
An excellent kill.
We should just capture him.
Slay these mercenaries.
The enemy's Zeratul out of sight. Holding my ult to heal me. That was weird.
Choose a talent.
Well thought.
Zeratul still there?
Suffer.
Untouchable.
I'm gonna go for a little bit more offensive option. Can't push. There's no health shrine to go to. I do not know where my team is. He won't kill me. It's impossible that he can kill me. Now I have to turn back though. He can kill me. Oh. Zeratul saved his ass. He would have died there. But it's really good that we have baited Zeratul's ult out. Because he won't be able to use it now at the big golem fight.
Stirs within the mines. Shall you
So it's still a win for us.
darkness?
I need to play a bit more careful now. Because I do not have my ult. And yeah, it's bad if he dies. Then all the work we did before is just basically undone. Yeah, luckily we turned around because I was there in time. That was really close. I did not know where Zeratul was. I had a feeling, yep. Indeed. I do not know why he recalled there. That was just silly of him. You should not recall there.
Your efforts are futile.
Especially not when you know that Zeratul around. Oh, Tigers. He's already gone. Let's see if he comes back. I do not have a Venom, so there's no point staying. If I had a Venom, I could burst him down immediately. He was a bit low, I had a feeling. Okay, always try to take the skulls immediately as soon as they drop. So even if the enemy runs in, then they won't have a chance to take all the skulls away from you.
Of my golems return.
We have a much stronger golem right now, so we should push as a team. We should not defend. Nonetheless, control this I'll go in as well. Hopefully we can kill the tigers, then we can push even harder. Easy.
Someone's
Well played,
been
Troll.
Will end.
The summoning is complete. Your golem.
But yeah, his ulti was a bit a waste indeed. He didn't need to use that. But yeah, totally agree with that.
Awaits.
Yeah. What you can have, huh? Famous old flame nonetheless. I do not know where my team is. Like, I just have no clue when. I just don't understand what people are doing when they have a very strong golem. Why do you not push with it? Is that cool? Shame.
Destroy.
But our golem did push down top. So now we need to focus on his bottom. Diablo died again, and he had not enough souls to resurrect
So
immediately.
be it.
Diablo is a really good hero now, in my opinion. Like, his flame breath is really strong for pushing down buildings and stuff. will die.
Take down that hero now!
Just no. You have two people down, and you want to go into their base when the mines at the spawn. That's just that smart troll. DD. Okay, I guess he wants to D.
At long last.
Let's see. What's his
The
name? He's
damned
closely moving.
shall soon return.
Grim's Skull.
Prepare yourselves.
Ah, that's smart of Zagara. He got the troll.
Gather skulls.
That's smart.
Empower your golem.
If you ever have a person like that in your team, you should actually just block him, yeah. I find it funny, so I read it. Yeah, there's no point going there. She died. We're with 4. Jaina is not with us either. She went the wrong entrance. So, our troll is gonna die as well. Yeah, all we can do now is gather these skulls quick. Hopefully Bella can capture them as well. And at least even now. So yeah, I'm not gonna. No, I would just die. That's what I mean with you need to know sometimes when you have to leave. I can better push with Jaina. Oh, she should have actually taken this camp with me. It's kind of risky, but I hope they're busy with the boss right now. So, yeah, they are. They're getting skulls. Oh. And there's Tychus again, being balls deep for no fucking reason.
Rise, golems. Rise and
Okay.
Your efforts are futile.
He did stop me though, but yeah,
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
like you should just not do that kind of stuff when you're an assassin. It's just
your
not, you're not gonna
golem
win.
is weaker than your foes. Prepare.
So we have that later on. Yeah, Odin, maybe you could win. Our golem is already on their core. They really need to defend. They cannot. I do not know why Dagger was here. Just wasted it all. Like, basically means the next team fight he won't have his ult, so he will automatically win. Pretty much. So that was really a waste. Especially now, if we kept this mid, like he could have stopped us keeping the mid like he did with the big boys in there, the siege camp. Now we just can't. So, what for? He just popped it all out of nowhere to stop us from dealing damage on the boss. Like, we will deal damage on the boss nonetheless. Like, 40 even deal damage on the boss. And Tychus gets caught again. Yeah, he just goes way too deep. He does it now already entire game. Yeah, I'm too far away. I just got taken out of my pony.
More bones. Double kill.
So I just in that moment chose to kill those siege camp. And now we can just do a final push. Come on. Oh, he blinked away. Now the enemies are dying on the other side, so I'll just take this people.
Efforts are futile.
actually need to go away. Get the camp in the mines. Ah, that was really bad timing again for Diablo to die without stacks. So luckily we have 3, enemies also have 3, but they don't have tanks, so
Are
we
you
can
prepared to fight
hopefully
the
just kill them.
undead? The mines shall open shortly.
I do have my ult again in 20 seconds. 25.
Listen, hero.
I'm gonna go straight to mid. Zeratul is attacking Arvella. I'm too far away, I cannot help her. Choose for the skulls. I do not know why she went to the side there. It's like... Oh wow. Stopping his ult even now for me. Zeratul. Oh, we have 42 again, so it's okay. Like, I don't even go bother with getting here. What I do want to do though is help the Jaina. On my own. This is kind of the problem. Like, I'm trying on my own. I'm gonna die here. Hopefully I dealt enough damage. The goal now to actually finish it. Zakara, I don't know what he's doing. Jaina is defending. But it looks like our golem will do enough indeed. He deals 2.5% I think. Every attack. He needs to do 2 more attacks now. Yeah, and this doesn't stop him. You can do this, but it doesn't stop him. What you can better do is actually hit your own core, because it makes the core invulnerable and the golem will just stand and you can hit it. So, not a really good Zeratul ult. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you maybe another time, another movie.